we're at the midpoint of the year. I have a TBR for you here. I have one June release. I have a couple of holdovers from May, and I have some Pride books to choose from as well. And my non-fiction book choices this month are also Pride reads. So let's dive in. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content here on this channel every week, and then move reviews here at the weekend. In the description box below, not only will you find links to all the books that I'm talking about, you will also find links to my blog and my Goodreads where you can keep up with my reading in between videos. Yes, it is Pride Month. I tend to read books with queer characters by queer authors and everything throughout the year, but it's an excuse to kind of like curate my TBR a little bit differently. So let's talk about the two non-fiction picks that I have to choose from. They are both downloaded already on audiobook from my library. The first one is The Book of Pride, LGBTQ Heroes Who Changed the World by Mason Funk. I've not heard many people talk about this one, and I'm assuming it's one that I can kind of dip in and out of. If it is a good listen, then I will potentially get myself a physical copy of this one. And then the other audiobook that I have to listen to is one that came out last year apparently, that just kind of completely passed me by, and this is Uncle of the Year by Andrew Rannells. I read the first kind of memoir type biography book by Andrew Rannells when it came out. It was a Book of the Month Club pick, and so I read it then. But this one is Uncle of the Year and Other Debatable Triumphs. So this is just a series of essays by Andrew Rannells about his life. And this is blurbed by Tina Fey. So this is funny, honest, cozy hang with Andrew Rannells that you've been creepily dreaming of. A delight. I like the sound of hanging out with Andrew Rannells during Pride Month, so we'll bob it on the TBR. So there's my my non-fiction picks. Then let me take you through. I've got two or three choices here that are kind of books that are already on my TBR. Have been around for a while. So first of all, obviously, you know, I've been trying to read more Alice Oseman this year. So, I mean, there's every chance I might just pick up Heartstopper again. There's every chance that might happen. But Loveless features, I believe, an aromantic character, and so that would be interesting to listen to during Pride Month, and would kind of keep going with my Alice Oseman journey that apparently I just stopped after being deeply involved in it. And then we also have one that I've borrowed from the library and then let it lapse by one of my favourite authors, but this is a middle grade read from him, and this is Eli Over Easy by Phil Stamper. And I'm thinking, well, it's middle grade. Again, it's a possibility of something that I might buy for school. And it's also going to be a bit of a kind of like quick and easy read, because my June is also shaping up to be a very busy month, but hopefully full of lots of fun Pride things too. So there is another one. So we've got a YA and a middle grade, and then another YA, which kind of like slipped me by. So thank you to my library for like recommending this. This was on the Hoopla front page. And this is a book by Mason Deaver, who is I believe, non-binary author. And I read OK Cupid by them in January during About Books, I think. And so this is The Feeling of Falling in Love. And I'm not going to lie, I was like, oh, that's a nice cover. And then, oh, I've read books by that author before. So, yeah, again, some queer characters in here. The author of I Wish You All the Best and OK Cupid. So this one came out 2 years ago, I think, and somehow I just completely missed it. So we borrowed that one from the library. So there's a few Pride choices that I have. I do obviously also have Solitaire by Alice Oseman. And no, I've read Solitaire. Radio Silence is the other one I haven't read, as well as I Was Born for This. I started Radio Silence and then couldn't get on with it, so I've kind of paused that one for now. So hopefully going in with Loveless instead will be a bit of something different. And then one holdover from May TBR is My Favourite Mistake by Marion Keyes. I have already started listening to this one. It's just a long audiobook, and so I haven't finished listening to it yet. So it is being held over from the month of May to be read during the month of June, because I am so into it. I'm so enjoying it. I love the Walsh family books. I remember reading the kind of sequel to Rachel either this time last year or this time the year before. I'm just like, oh, it's so comforting, and I already loved the beginning of it. So I think I'm about 11% into it. And then the other holdover, which I kind of sort of almost forgot about in the month of May because it's a physical book, and I was kind of putting it off till closer to when the film was released, and then I just saw the film pop up on Sky. It's Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. So I would really, really like to be able to like sit out in the sunshine with a refreshing iced coffee or other cold beverage, and just sit and read Turtles All the Way Down, and then come inside and watch the film, and then make a video for you, because how long has it been since I made a book versus movie video? Even though I finished listening to all of the Summer I Turned Pretty series so I could watch the series. Have I? No. Even though I reread one day so that I could watch the series. Have I even got Netflix right now so I can watch it? No. So yeah, I read in May a Cheska Major book for a film that isn't even out yet, but there's a film of this one. I could read the book and then watch the film. I'm really hopeful that I can. So that is left over from May. And I, really want to find out why I've put a specific marker on this page here, because when I read it like as a standalone sentence, it didn't make any sense in my brain. So I'm hoping it makes sense as the start of the book. And honestly, it's like 280 pages. I can do this. I can read this. I want to sit down and read that physical book. And then the other one that I have as a physical book as well, exciting, comes out on the 20th of June. So we've got 18 days from when I'm filming this video on the 2nd of June. This one is Under Your Spell by Laura Wood. She only wants 3 things. He is not one of them. See, this is an adult debut from YA sensation Laura Wood, so that excites me. Dumped, fired from a dream job, about to lose a flat, Clementine Monroe is not having a good day. So, when her sisters get her drunk and suggest reviving a childhood ritual called the breakup spell, she doesn't see any harm in it. I think we as readers can probably see the harm here, can't we? But now Clemmy has accidentally ruined a funeral, had her first one-night stand, and she's stuck with a new job she definitely doesn't want, spending 6 weeks alone with the gorgeous and very off-limits rock star, Theo Elliott. He's the most famous man on the planet. Her life's a disaster when it comes to love. Clemmy is learning you should be careful what you wish for. Sounds like the start of a movie to me, doesn't it? And this is about a 400-pager, but flicking, it looks like they are decent length chapters. We like a book where I'm like, could do a chapter over breakfast. Yes, yes, yes. So there you have it. My June TBR. So we've got a June release, 2 holdover May releases, 2 non-fiction books to choose from, and 3 other Pride reads that we would love to get to. And yeah, let me know in the comments, please, what you are reading in the month of June. Have you gone Pride themed? Have you got June releases you want to read? Things that you're like, oh my God, we got to the midpoint of the year and I was desperate to read that 2024 release and I have not yet. Let me know. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed and hit that notification bell, just in case I do end up making that Turtles All the Way Down book versus movie video. You never know. You never know. It may happen. This, summer 2 term of all the transition and all the meetings and residentials and production rehearsals may go by smoothly. You never know, do you? But yes, with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you with my next video.